Oh boy, it's WrestleMania season. There is.
And there
Hmm.
it is. Uh-oh. So the
There it
podcast's
is.
not available. Why is it not popping
Oh
up?
no.
It's okay. See, I'm waiting to see if Twitter decide to act right. But it's been acting funky everywhere, even on the YouTube. See, look, even YouTube it just popped up. It's okay. But
It's okay.
as you said, brother guy, the red light is on, and we are finally here. We made it.
It's that time. It's that time.
We made it all the way to the preview show of WrestleMania 42. Now, for the last few weeks, we have been very critical about the road to WrestleMania. It has been very
Hmm.
different than what we have been typically used to. And we've
Hmm.
been holding off our thoughts. We haven't gone into details about certain things, but tonight
Is
we
this that night?
unveil. Tonight is definitely that night. We unveil all the nuances, all the details, the ups, the downs, and we can finally answer the question once and for all. Will WrestleMania 42 be one for the ages or will it fall through the cracks? We'll find out about all that. And look, I didn't even get a chance to show the graphic. There it is.
Oh, look at that. Oh, if that doesn't say WrestleMania, I don't know what does. A gift and the
So,
curse all at the same time.
so we got another two-night event, April 18th, April 19th at 6 p.m. start time in Las Vegas. It's hot, and just like that, so is the rest of the round. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts because we are back for another episode, and we are about to get into our WrestleMania 42 preview show. Let's get it.
Houston, we have a problem.
I'll take it. Ooh, welcome to the Wrestling Rum Now podcast, where you take a deep dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, that was cool. You held there for a while. I am your host, yours truly, the realness, the real Wayne Allen, and I am in the building. And he is your host to pop in at a later time, Mr. Super Producer, Brother Hugh, A to A to the S, T to H to the E, 3 to the R to the D. Brother Hugh has the third, will be in the building, and he is your host. Not just any guy, but the Belt King. Brandon, the guy is in the building on the front side, not the back side this one. And he is in the building, and he is your host, the man, the myth, the legend, the heart and soul, the founder of the wrestling realm, and still Mr. Steal Your Goddamn Show in 2026. Hollywood! Brian H. Waters is not in the building. He is actually en route, should be already in Las Vegas. He's on location to do some really cool stuff as far as WrestleMania 42 is concerned. But we are here once again, as we do each and every Wednesday, and we are here to talk about every subtle nuance, every new thing, everything that can encapsulate, is that a word, this holiday
It is
season
tonight.
of WrestleMania. Now, like I said before the show started, during the cold open, we have been very critical about the road to WrestleMania, not because it's been bad, but because it's been different. Well, some might have said it's been bad. It's a lot going on during WrestleMania weekend, and it is later than usual this year. But listen, we are here, and we're going to try to figure this all out. So, without
Hmm.
further ado, brother guy, how you feeling? You're back, man. This is some
Ooh,
long time coming. It's right during the perfect moments, right in the heart and soul of WrestleMania season. How you feeling?
I think this is how, y'all sports fans feel right by the Super Bowl, right near the World Series, right near all those great events. It feels like it brings out the heart of you, right? It brings out the real fans. And I can say this WrestleMania season is making me really dig deep in my fandom. And what better time to talk about that than this time of year? And yes, you're right, Realist. It's later than normal. I understand why. Don't understand why, because it feel like, imagine if the Super Bowl moved to like March. Everybody probably be like, "What the heck? Why is it so late?" We know when the
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl happens, it still should be cold
Mm-hmm.
outside, right? I
True.
just feel like this is this is our time as those wrestling fans. I think this is our time for us to really say what's really on our mind.
Mhm.
Only the best way we can in the realm.
Of course. And like I said, we who else is better to do such a job than the restaurant? We're here to educate. We're here to inform. We're here to push the conversation forward. Now, there's a lot of critiques going on. There's a lot of conversations that are
Hmm.
being had this week, especially with all the media runs that a lot of the superstars are making this week to promote WrestleMania, which is also different. I have to get your 2 cents about that, brother guy. But this is it's kind of a weird space for us to be in. It's because as critical as we are about this year's WrestleMania, we are in an anniversary year. 15 years
Hmm.
of the Wrestle Rum and our shenanigery has been going on all this time, and yet this WrestleMania that we're about to experience is going to be a part of it. So it's like one way or another, this will be a memorable situation for us as a brand, but as well as the WWE. Now, what that will end up being is we don't know. But that's TBD. That's to be continued. We're going to find out one way or another. But nevertheless, this is an anniversary year, and for 15 years we have been wow supporting and providing superior wrestling intellect and conversation for the masses, and we are celebrating. And like I said, whether WrestleMania is good or bad, it will not dampen the impact
Now,
and history.
realness,
Yes,
realness.
sir. Mhm.
I can't let you say that. Now, say that again. You said been providing what? Providing superior intellect for those wrestling fans, right?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna raise you because not only have the wrestling been providing superior intellect, it's been providing foresight that those who are in the power to be keep stealing the ideas. They see what the wrestling room is doing
They
and they
definitely
do it on
do.
their notion. So I don't care what anybody say. I think the wrestling room is the place that people can come, have a good conversation, learn something, get a different insight, sometimes even an insider insight. But you got to put that part in there that you definitely you called it. A lot of brothers call it. We might say it on the show, you might say it in a group message, or just might post it on social media, but it's gonna be there. I didn't mean to say it, but I just want you
No,
to add
that's
that in
good,
there
brother
as
guy. You
well too,
get air
because
horns. Last week, a lot of people
that's
got air horns. I don't know if you watched it, but last week, a lot of air horns. You get air horns this week.
hmm
So
boom.
yes, that is one of the things that we have strived to do, and we have done it 15 years straight. And yes, we are a nationally ranked podcast. We have been in the top 15 of multiple websites as top WWE podcast, even though we talk about other things, but you know, they've wanted to put us in a box and label us, and that's okay too. But for those that may not be familiar with what we have done, and you need proof that we have actually been around for 15 years, you can catch up real quick by taking a quick look at this
You
small
got
snippet
something to
of
see?
what we've been doing for the
Uh,
last 15 years. Trust me, it looks a little bit different than what you see now, but enjoy. So cheers to 15
oh
years.
boy,
Yep. See how that
there's
rhymes?
been a lot of hairstyles. I had hair when the restaurant first started.
You
Imagine
did
that.
have hair, didn't you? Shout out to brother guy having hair. You get air horns. Brother guy having hair in his head.
I had hair.
Back
It
when
might start receding, but I had hair.
No, it's okay. You're gonna make an appearance in some of the specials that we're gonna do. We're gonna do like a home video segment, and you made quite a few appearances, especially in the early years with your the early intros that you don't remember doing. Do you remember recording the early intros?
I don't remember any of that. We're not
Oh,
going to
okay.
talk about that.
No, no, it's
We
cool.
we see for WrestleMania. We're talking
No,
about
it's cool.
WrestleMania.
No, no,
Why would you do
it's
that?
good.
Nope.
But it's you
It's
have.
okay.
I'm trying to think if you had hair and you had a blackout Run DMC looking the green and black one. Remember that?
Mm.
It's
I
okay.
still
We'll
have
get to
I
that.
still have that, ironically.
It's
You know, I
okay.
still have that shirt.
This year we will be taking a look back. It's going to be quite a few different things we're going to be doing to celebrate and commemorate this year. But like you said, brother guy, we are here for WrestleMania. Got to put it back up there again. We're here for a 2 night event,
Yes.
18th and 19th, 6 p.m. Usually it would have been happening already. We would have been discussing what has happened, and we will be resetting our pro wrestling season moving forward. But it is okay. It is a little bit later than usual, but it has given us more time to enjoy the process. Or in some cases, some people have complained, but it's okay. We are here to talk about WrestleMania. So without further ado, before Brother Hugh gets in here, we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to go ahead and get the show started. And we're going to ask our co-host, excuse me,
Oh,
Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa to do us the ceremonious honors of helping us start the show the correct way by ringing the bell. So, without further ado, gentlemen, can you help us please get this show started correctly?
Want to ring the bell?
Ding, ding.
Every week, we do a segment known as What
oh,
Did You
sorry.
Watch? Uh-oh, yeah,
Hit the
but
button. That was me. Yeah, my fault. The
what
segment.
did
What
you
did?
watch? So, what exactly is What Did You Watch? I'm glad you asked. Every week, we always watch and consume a lot of professional wrestling content so that we can get our minds and our hearts prepared to have these in-depth conversations, just in case we see something new, just in case we don't get a chance to catch up with each other and to give new insight and new conversation in the world of professional wrestling. And tonight is no different. So, without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's just get into one of our favorite segments known as What Did You Watch? Brought to you by good friends at SeatGeek. If you're looking to purchase tickets to concerts, live shows, sporting events, and more, head over to SeatGeek.com where you can use our promo code Wrestling Realm for any one-time purchase of $50 or more. That's promo code Wrestling Realm on any one-time purchase of $50 or more. All right, what did you watch? All right, brother guy, it's WrestleMania season. Now we know Brian H. He always does his WrestleMania holiday deep dives, where I don't know exactly when he starts, but at some point, he starts at a point and he just starts diving into all his favorite WrestleManias. Maybe not in order, or I don't know how he categorizes it. He's been doing it for a while, so I'm sure he switches it up constantly. But what exactly have you been watching to prepare yourself just up to this point as we kind of embark on this week of WrestleMania? It's like WrestleMania week. So what have you been watching? What have you been watching, brother guy? Talk to us.
Oh, buddy. So, in the spirit of WrestleMania, it's always funny to go back and watch them and see if they still hold up. And yes, the one WrestleMania I was in the building for was 40. But I wanted to go back because what's the WrestleMania we always seem to forget about that actually took place? Because we probably forgot that we even lived on that time frame. What's something that always we forget actually took place? And I'll
WrestleMania
tell
8.
you, no, we don't care about that one. I'm talking about the pandemic WrestleMania.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
that's a good one.
yeah. So I had to go back and look because remember that was a Cesaro spin, the Drew McIntyre. I will actually tell you, I think it still holds up without fans because us as wrestling fans, we feed off that energy. When you're sitting at home watching it, you feed off that energy. Hearing the clunks and all that stuff and different things like that, it still was a good mania
It
that was
sounds
by
like
far
pro
one of the
wrestling.
ones. Yeah, it just that feel, right? Even to the point you're like, okay, I know what we're supposed to get, what we're supposed to have. Knowing what the world was like during that time during the pandemic and some of the matches that still happened, I was okay with it. I still didn't enjoy it as much the first time. I enjoyed it better this time, which is insane because it had a lot of those moments, like even to the point the triple threat match with the ladder match that was kind of different, unique. Even seeing the thing when the cameras went off and Drew fighting the Big Show, it
Mhm.
wasn't as bad as I remember it. I said, okay, I see what they were trying to do at this time. Everything about that Mania, the Charlotte Flair and um Bianca, everything about that WrestleMania, I was okay with. I was
Okay.
more okay with it watching it this time than I was the first time. Now, don't get me wrong, if you watch it on mute, it's great. But if you watch any wrestling on mute, it's actually great too. But just not having the feel, and this is before the Thunderdome. This was actually complete silence. It was just one of those things. You're
This was
like, oh
the PC.
yes. Then they were
This
just in
it
there, and
was
it was
it was
just
before they
clunk,
had it spruced up
clunk.
as the remember they called it Capitol Wrestling Complex.
Yeah, with well, I see the Thunderdome with the what you call it. Even when Braun Strowman won the title, we were all like, oh, thank God, it's off of Goldberg. What we did, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, yes, it's okay. I'm okay with this. I mean, some people can complain about Braun Strowman win. You can complain about different things, but I would encourage anybody to go back and watch it again. You might enjoy it better the second time than I did the first time.
Okay. Now that's something I definitely was not expecting you to say. You don't hear many people say I enjoyed watching pandemic wrestling better the second time than I did the first time. Now it's clearly for obvious reasons. At the
Mhm.
time, people were very critical of that time period of when everybody was doing the empty arena, the empty arena stuff with pro wrestling. And to me, it always has a special place. I think AEW did probably the best job of it. Before, I'm talking about
Yes.
pre Thunderdome, because the
Hmm.
Thunderdome was like WWE finally embracing it and really getting into it. But pre Thunderdome, like AEW at Daly's Place,
They
really,
had it
you know what I mean?
perfect.
Yeah,
It
they
was like it
really
was
dug
made
deep.
for that.
Yeah, if they just figured it out, they were the first ones to have like the actual roster and wrestlers as fans in the audience that were literally acting like fans. I remember definitely the Gun Club. Remember Colton Gunn, not Colton, Austin Gunn and his
Also the
father
gun
acting
and
fool,
yeah,
and
and Billy
Billy
Gunn,
Gunn
they
were
were all
acting
in
the
the audience.
fool in the audience
Like it was the
every
best
week.
thing ever.
And I was like, okay, that's creative. And then just the stuff they came up with, even Matt Hardy debuting and all these things that matter. But yeah, it's this embracing the fact that the show must go on was it's once we got used to live audiences again, it probably, lost its place. But it always has its place in history. So to hear that is interesting.
And
You know
what
what
I
I mean?
say, and even looking at and our last thing, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you to
No, go
even
ahead.
that was the birth of I believe that was the first time. This is why we need Hollywood. I believe that was the first time we got the cinematic type of matches because we had the one with the Fiend and Cena, and then we had the Boneyard match. Um, but I think that was the first time we had a cinematic match, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, pretty much. Like I mean,
I think that was
yeah,
like I mean we were full into the pandemic, but I think that was the hey, here's something different. That was the whole leaning in the entertainment type of thing. But yeah, I would encourage anybody go back and just watch it and just to see what you think. I'd be
I
curious to
was,
see if fans enjoyed it more,
I was,
like
I
I did.
remember I was disappointed in the John Cena Bray Wyatt match. Is because I wanted to see, like, it was kind of a metaphorical situation, right? It was kind of abstract. So it was like these random moments, and kind of like it was almost like a visualization of the satire of what John Cena was compared to Bray Wyatt, and he was this mind
Oh,
game come
okay.
to life. I wanted what I saw this past October was with when they had the Wyatt Family Funhouse, is that's what I'm calling it. Universal
You wanted
Studios, they
more of
did that.
that type of yeah.
Yeah, like they did the one of the horror houses at Universal Studios was the Wyatt Six house. And I
Hmm.
was like, I wanted John Cena to walk into that. Kind of similar to what they did at NXT when Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes was dealing with Dexter Loomis and Johnny Gargano, and they went into a haunted house. It was kind of a Scooby Doo-ish type thing, and
More
they
fun, leaning more
yeah,
to
like they
oh,
were
this is
behind the
more
scenes
exciting.
pulling the strings and stuff like that. I'm like, that's what I kind of wanted. I wanted to see an expanded version of like of the Whites, Bray Wyatt's what his house looked like beyond his living room space. Almost like imagine like a demented Pee Wee's Playhouse. And John Cena had to navigate through that space. Like that's what I wanted to see. But short, you had a short amount of time, and it was WrestleMania, and John Cena did get an action figure out of it. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that out of all people.
Because of course you would have that.
So yeah, but yeah, that's the that's kind of the to hear someone kind of embrace and kind of like give it its credit. You know what I mean? Giving credit where it's due and say, you know what, I enjoyed this more now than I did before. I say what I did enjoy. I didn't enjoy that match between Edge and Randy Orton is the greatest WrestleMania match
You
ever.
notice I
Whatever
didn't
the
say that.
greatest.
With the
That was
last
like
man
we were
standing,
like,
it was like
all right,
skip. Nope. Yeah.
what's the
You think
gimmick
so?
again? It's the greatest wrestling match ever. They were like, what is that? This is like, it doesn't matter. It's like, no, it does. Anyways, but yeah, we're definitely here. WrestleMania is upon us, and the fans have been a little bit. See, here's the thing. Let me just be fair. I think the fans who are experiencing WrestleMania are not complaining as much as the fans that are watching WrestleMania, right? And I'm
Yes.
not talking about the show yet because it hasn't happened. I'm talking about the actual build-up. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some things that are quite confusing and not making any sense, and that's okay. But those who are like there now, those who pulled up to Vegas, those who are on the strip, those who are experiencing the meet and greets and the interviews and all the fun stuff that comes with the WrestleMania holiday season, I don't think they're the ones that are having too big of a fit. And I'll be honest with you, I'm curious to see what the numbers look like on both nights. Um,
You're the only one. That's what I
I
want to
mean,
see.
because we talking about a week or 2 weeks before the show, and they're still trying to sell tickets. Like they discount
Give me
tickets
a discount.
25% off. It's like, yikes. Are you sure this is what you guys want to do this late? But who knows? But
Right, like
we
it's desperate now at this point. Well, remember that now your memory is a little bit better than mine. But
mhm,
didn't we get the match cards earlier, which each night was? Didn't we get that earlier than we normally get?
honestly, I don't remember. I've
Because I feel like
you
we
asked
didn't get
me.
that till like the day before. So, like, I feel like we got that later.
I'm not really
Like,
sure. It's because they would have had to say something to sell the show. You know what I mean? Like they're like, okay, like it would really suck to wait like this week to announce what's actually going to be on the cards. But honestly, I don't remember. I'm sure it's there. Um, we've got quite a bit going on. We'll just go ahead and just take a look at this graphic real quick. We're going to come back to it, but
oh, oh,
this is the graphic from night one and night two of everything we got going on this week. Um, so it's two completely loaded cards, and it's crazy. I say this now is because I think we got. Speak of the pandemic, right? We reason we got 2 nights of WrestleMania is because of the audience capacity, I believe, right? And we had to split it into 2 nights. And the crazy part is now that it is 2 nights, it's hard to imagine WrestleMania without it because if you look at you look at both cards for WrestleMania so far that we're looking at right now, it's like what if any of these matches don't show up on WrestleMania this year? You know what I mean? Give or take one or two that you can move over to one side or the other, but as far as time constraints are concerned, it's like it's there's a lot to be left on the table. So we have 2 crazy nights, um, and there's so much. It's good lord, this is insane. It's gonna be a lot to get into. It doesn't matter, but anyway, like I said, you got 2 nights in Vegas. You got so much going on. You have all the pro wrestling shows um, throughout the week from all the other promotions that are kind of riding the wave of all the wrestling fans kind of being in the same space at the same time, and then you have the elephant in the room. Now, most people thought that the selling point to WrestleMania this year was going to be, well, this is the last WrestleMania that you'll see in the States for a while because once Saudi Arabia gets their hands on it, it might, we might not get it back because,
we got WrestlePalooza,
financially,
and they added a zero.
financially, Saudi Arabia can put out guaranteed money that can almost like, hey, let's guarantee a number when it comes to WrestleMania. And Saudi Arabia is trying to be a tourist destination. Now, the location might be difficult just because of this clearly is in the Middle East. And with so much turmoil going on in the world right now, who knows that even goes through next year. They might have to calibrate. They might have to figure things out. I'm sure the talent will miss the payday, but they probably will be a little bit relieved to have
Hmm.
WrestleMania stateside. There's a little bit more freedom they can do when it comes to their self-expression, especially when it comes to the women. But everybody has their own thoughts about WrestleMania being abroad, and we're not talking about Canada or the United Kingdom. So trying to sell WrestleMania as, hey, this is the last one before we go out of town. It doesn't seem like that's working either, but it is okay because you know what? We are here. We have Vegas. I think they've done an excellent job of trying to separate this year's WrestleMania from last year's WrestleMania, even though it's in the same location. But there's big shoes to fill. Is because the show is called WrestleMania, and we're going to get into it. We're not going to waste any time. So, where should we start, brother guy? Should
Now,
we just dive in? Should we
well,
just
realness,
dive in?
you gotta address that one thing that you said, right?
Mhm.
If WrestleMania was in, let's say, anywhere else, would it feel bigger or would it still feel like it's the same type of lead up? Think that the overarching dread of it being in the same place
Mhm.
kind of like is really drawing, not really giving that feel because looking at this card on paper, and I think you said it, the wrestling may be enough to carry the WrestleMania. You said something to
Mhm.
that fact when you posed the question,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
If this was in Chicago, this was in Atlanta, this was in a big wrestling place that's not Vegas, we
Mhm.
probably would be more excited. I feel like we've taken on some of that because it's in Vegas. But now let's dive into that. I just wanted to address that because I feel like if it wasn't in Vegas, like if it was in New Orleans, it might have a different feel because they tried to make it look different, even to the point the gold belt is gone. It's a different belt. It's Triple H did his favorite thing. He melted it up. He literally made the WrestleMania sign metal. It looks, it has a whole different feel now. It doesn't look like last year, but even the two nights have different types of feel to them. But let's, I'm back to you, sir. Didn't want to interrupt. I just want to give you some food for
No,
thought.
no, you're good. See, we got a lot of room tonight. So here's the thing: when it comes to WrestleMania, and you're right, sometimes it's not necessarily about the show because we talked about it earlier, right? I literally just said, hey, maybe people aren't tripping who are experiencing WrestleMania, but just those who have to watch it from home. One of the biggest sell points for WrestleMania is the actual fan experience. I remember years ago, it's got to be about 14, 15, 16, maybe. The last time that WrestleMania was in New Orleans, I believe it was WrestleMania 30 with Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement. I don't remember what year that was, but I remember I was backstage at a Ring of Honor show, and ACH was back there, and he was just giddy telling all these stories about what happened in New Orleans. Now that was my first time. I'm rubbing shoulders in the wrestling industry for the first time, really, right? So I'm privy to hearing what goes on, not even taking into account that, hey, well, whatever city WrestleMania is in, that's where everybody's going to be running shows. That's where all the wrestlers are going to be because it's almost like a pro wrestling convention.
34.
34,
WrestleMania
excuse me.
34.
Was
Yeah, I had to
34?
look it up. It
Yeah,
looks like, yeah, it looked like, oh, you
in
mean
New
one
Orleans?
before that? Yeah, New Orleans. Looked like it was WrestleMania 34. I'm looking it up because I couldn't
Hmm,
remember the number either.
I thought it was 30.
2018.
Was it?
If this
Maybe.
the same
I
one.
don't know.
Okay. We'll
But
get
I
fact
remember,
checker. I'm pretty sure. Oh, look, it was 34. Was it in New Orleans? Mania 34. Oh, 30 was
yeah, that's
2014.
what I said.
I knew
WrestleMania
Justin.
30.
I knew Justin would tell us because he's like another Brian H. He
No, yeah.
definitely
I
is
knew it was
a
WrestleMania
30.
because I remember I was fresh out of college, and I remember that was when we first started. Ring of Honor was pretty much in our backyard, turning that corner,
Mhm.
and I remember hearing, like I said, all these stories, like, oh, it was, and just the level of excitement. Like it was a sense of adventure. Now, New Orleans is a city that doesn't sleep, and it has designated all night spots. So after a pro wrestling show or throughout the week, man, there's these places where you can kind of meet up and hang out, and there's no rules. Similar to Vegas, but Vegas is not. It's going to be Vegas is there for Vegas. Outside of Mardi Gras, you know what I mean? People are going to New Orleans to have a good time, especially during that year. All the wrestling fans are going to be in that space. All the pro wrestlers in the industry, budding, established vets, all in that space. And I think wrestling fans miss that part of it all. Knowing there's a place for us to go, knowing we can grab something good to eat, knowing we got a chance to run into some of our favorites. It's like, so the fan experience of being in a different area kind of caters to, hey, this is what makes people more excited about being a WrestleMania. Now that goes for the fans that are actually experiencing the event. I'm not necessarily referring to those who are watching because for them, like myself, it probably doesn't make a difference. But as far as ticket sales are concerned, right? Hey, what am I going to do? Hey, why not? It's a chance for me to go to somewhere like New Orleans and eat New Orleans food and go watch the biggest wrestling show of the year and get a chance to probably run into somebody I know on the streets or one of my favorite wrestlers. Just the overall experience of it all. So I think you're right in terms of that, where hey, most people Philly was an easy place to get to. Like Philly was like yeah, people complain about it being cold in the first night, but most people like, okay, Philly's an easy place to get to. It's not hard, not like see Vegas is a little bit different because it's kind of it's on the West Coast, cross country. But most wrestling fans are looking for that personal experience, especially if you've never been before. If it's your first one or it's kind of a tradition for you. You want to kind of have that feeling. Me personally, I love Vegas. I went last summer and I was like, oh, this place is pretty cool. And I didn't do anything Vegas related. I just like being in the middle of it. Like, oh, okay, it's 11 o'clock at night and people still got strollers out. It's not like a dirty nightlife. It's like literally they've transformed Las Vegas into a family friendly space. Like I'm seeing families walk around like, bro, it's midnight. These kids are still walking around with balloons and pretzels in their hands. I was like, oh, this is
And
fun.
mom got her adult sippy cup.
Yeah, this guy usually some type of long shape or something. Wait a minute, do I have one?
And they got the long straw that they go refill. at every stop.
Yeah, I thought I
Oh,
had
do
one.
you have
What is
one?
this? Like,
Okay.
oh, these adult Slurpees. Like, wow, okay. These weird looking shapes with this. But
You're like, oh boy, when
so
you get one.
I got no problem with it. One thing I had a problem with was the shoes that I wore because I walked like 20,000 steps and I was like, yep, I had blisters on my feet. It's okay. But WrestleMania is like I said, it's a holiday for wrestling fans. And now we have come into a space, brother guy, where WWE is at a different level of popularity. Now, you weren't here for this conversation, at least not on the forefront, or maybe on the back end. But this week alone, right? I'm in my YouTube and I notice all the media hits that the WWE is hitting. And I know Brian had an issue with this early on. Is he's like, look, man, and we talked about it briefly last week. We're like, look, man, they're taking pro wrestling media out of the hands of pro wrestling media. They go into the big stream. They're on ESPN. You look at every major popular YouTube channel, media outlet, they're all there this week. From the comedians to the athletes to every pop culture like area, space, fashion, apparel, comic books, movies, film, sports. I'm seeing WWE content. I'm like, I do not remember seeing this much mainstream coverage of. And who do you see in the streets? You see Trick Williams, you see Roman, you see Jed. I'm like, they see this is not now we sending out the heavy hitters, right? It's not just the Miz anymore. And I'm like, man, we're sending all of these new budding stars into the areas that maybe WWE didn't necessarily have access to. You're seeing Obafemi on CNN talk about his Nigerian roots, and so many Africans are, people of African descent and people of Nigerian culture, like, yo, this guy's about to bring our culture to the forefront. You know what I mean? You see Roman Reigns with the Rolex guy, and he's getting his Rolex appraised. I'm like, what is going on? You see Rhea Ripley sneaker shopping. It's insane. And I'm like,
And
we're
you know what
seeing
they're doing.
what is that? What are
I'm
they
sorry,
doing?
but so what I think what Triple H or TKO, whoever we want to say at this point, realize that
We can almost for sure
wrestling,
say it's TKO.
yeah,
Well, you never know.
wrestling doesn't. Yeah, we don't know at this point because they're gonna both point fingers at each other,
Bingo.
good, bad, or indifferent. But what they realize is that wrestling doesn't fit everywhere, but our wrestlers fit everywhere.
That's a good
So
point.
put
Yeah.
them where they go,
You get air
and
horns.
let the so put them in spaces that it's like put them in these spaces that literally they can thrive in. Think
Yep.
about it. For a while, we knew Matt Cardona was the figure guy, right?
Yeah.
And what did he post about him being a motion capture video game? Literally, that's his niche, right? So
Yeah.
guess what? You got that. Rhea Ripley buying tennis shoes, but then you get whoever you watch, there's a wrestler there that's going to attach you to it to the point that common folks are like, oh, this person is wrestling this weekend. Oh, I just saw him there or I saw her there. No matter
Bingo.
what it is, you cannot see anything without having a wrestler attached to it because it is the biggest show of the year. Even to the point you're seeing every type of wrestler too. It's almost to a point. Remember, back in the day, our wrestlers had one shape, one style of ring gear, and I know you know exactly what I'm talking about, and boots, and that was it. Now it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, they make them like that. Like, how many times have you seen the memes? And I'm not trying to objectify anything. It was like, I watch wrestling for the plot, and they say this is the plot. But
Mm-hmm.
then you see the same thing when a female say, "Who is Roman Reigns?" Oh my God, this is what they're doing in wrestling now. I've
Right.
never seen so many people be brought to wrestling because they sent their wrestlers everywhere. They don't say we have a niche. No, go everywhere. Put a camera on them, or who has an audience that needs you, and that's what they're doing. They're sending everybody to that audience. Never seen it on this point to the level of you can't turn anything on without seeing a wrestler attached to something, or you're going to hear that voice. Because remember, we heard John Cena voiceovers, but now think of Zebros. We got Street Fighter. We got everything that you could think of, and across all types of media, like you said about Rolexes. Who, who wears a Rolex? A different type of person, right? And now
Bro.
they're being attached to that. How
When I
many?
saw Roman getting his Rolexes appraised by the YouTube guy that does it for fun, I was like, you have this, we're going everywhere now. Like you're sending them everywhere. You're just leaving no area uncovered. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
And
and
I-
they're
and
making sure that their wrestlers can fit somewhere.
and I know last week I proposed a question to Brian Nathan. I said, "Well, how do you feel? One it wrestling has become extremely popular. It's probably more popular now than it's ever been." You say, "Well, it wasn't more popular than the Attitude Era. Maybe not in context or content, but in terms of access, it is. It's because back then we didn't have as many mediums. You had TV, you had movies, you had TV's film and radio. You know what I mean? It was just that. So you attacked as many TV shows as you possibly could, whether it's sitcom or serial or a soap opera or a daytime show or radio spots, but that was just it. It was still limited to film, TV, radio. Now it's a whole different animal, and I'm like, I'm scrolling through my YouTube algorithm. I'm like, yo, they're everywhere. And the crazy part is, I didn't even watch any of it. I said, I'm not even giving it a chance to look at any WrestleMania coverage because they're literally everywhere. And I said,
Everywhere,
Brian H, how
every
do you feel?
show.
Because they don't need pro wrestling media anymore. They're going to the mainstream media. ESPN is talking
So
about it like it's an actual sport.
where did I see it at? That I was watching something and the bumper came up. You know how these like the commercial comes up, and it
Hmm.
was literally a Grande Americano versus Grande Americano taking place at the what you call it show. I was like, why am I seeing an ad for this? Think about it. They experimented with Penta.
Hmm.
How many people was doing his walk? How many people now you see doing the Oba Femi walk?
Yeah, it's
Liv
everywhere.
Morgan just dropped a whole
A freaking
song.
Britney Spears
Spears.
2001 music video.
Right. And guess what? It's so much story behind it. It's like to the point it's like, wait a minute, um what are we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like even to the point it's like, oh, and I will say this. This is almost get where Hollywood, I'm sorry, Brian H is coming from about it's not as popular as the Attitude Era. I would dare say it's more popular and
Hmm.
it's just as popular as, and I'm gonna relate it to this. Remember when the death of Superman happened, that comic book? It shocked
Hmm.
the world. Everybody knew the most recognizable symbol was dead, right? In the
Right.
comics. Remember, it made newspaper, it
Yeah,
made
that
evening
was
news. It was
cultural. Yeah, that was a mess.
that was a cultural shape, right?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
If this weekend, and I know we're gonna get to the main events, have
Hmm.
Roman Reigns and CM Punk, either way, that potentially has enough to shake the wrestling foundation like that news shook the world. Because all eyes are on this because the more media coverage you see of it, the more that they've been branching out. They cold opened Raw on Netflix with just about their story.
Hmm.
They invested so much into this. It's got to be something major is about to happen. It's got to be a reason that they put that on night two. It's got
Hmm.
to be a reason that they're making sure that that's the last thing that you see. Not because Roman and CM Punk are the biggest star. I think because there's something that's going to shake the foundation of WWE that's going to make people say, okay, I don't care what just happened on AEW. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I need to tune into Monday Night Raw and therefore forward because this is what's going to happen. They're investing too much into it. But
I don't know, brother guy. You use some heavy words there. When you say shake the foundation, now I'm curious.
I
Like,
think it
whoa,
is.
whoa.
Because, and I'll just
In
give
what
you this
way? I'm
preview.
curious.
Because at the end of the day, right, Roman
Hmm.
Reigns is breaking into one of the biggest video game franchises, right? In Street
This
Fighter.
is true. Yes.
So is
Ironic,
Cody Rhodes.
ironically, while Mortal Kombat is
Thank you.
making its rounds with theaters, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, you noticed that too, right?
Oh yeah, just a little
So
bit.
yeah, just a little bit, right? So
Yeah.
you got him, but then you also have a cultural icon, as much as I hate to admit it, in
Hmm.
CM Punk. That
I'm sorry. Hold on.
whether
What'd you say? You said it's a what?
he's a cultural icon
Oh, okay, hold
because
on. You get air
he's
horns for
leading.
that. Hold on, everybody. Brother guy gets air horns for that.
So
Hold
that
on. You get a
story.
gun for that too. Hold on. I'm sorry. Brother guy just had a revelation. He could just call CM Punk a cultural icon. Which brother he was here to hear that? You know what? You get air horns again.
He's gonna pop in now because you said that. You know that, right? And I
I'm sure
told you
he
he
is.
likes CM Punk. But
It's like Joe Hendry.
and this is why I think it's gonna be something. There's
Hmm.
a whole signature series just about their title.
Hmm.
When have we seen a signature series just about a match?
Mm.
There's one thing to have a T-shirt. There's one thing to have all this different paraphernalia for it, right?
Hmm.
But because you got Roman Reigns about to do that, you know he wants to break into Hollywood. He's already been in certain things. He's there. He's probably arguably one of the biggest names that's attached to wrestling right now, and I'll get to why. But you got CM Punk, who wrestling fans and other fans know him because of what he's done in wrestling, right?
Sure. Yeah.
CM Punk wins, it's going to shake everything up. He loses, it still won't shake everything up. Something's going to happen. I'm saying, there, Triple H has showed us, pay attention to me. I've been telling y'all this whole story for a reason.
Hmm.
It's got to be a reason because there's no way that something major is not going to happen because Cody Rhodes is almost he's a Street Fighter. He's fighting
That
in to
is.
bring Pat McAfee, who has a huge audience, which isn't working, but he's not getting as much attention. He's not getting these things that, of course, Roman is the bigger star in wrestling, but he's the bigger star outside of wrestling too.
Hmm.
So just I ain't gonna get too deep into there because I know we gotta get to the card, but
No,
that's just my two cents.
it's getting kind of crazy because you mentioned that because, like I said, on ESPN, the Pat McAfee show, apparently Cody Rhodes showed up, destroyed his set, and took his belt back. And I was like, oh, okay. So you're doing this. You were just on ESPN yesterday, and now Pat McAfee is trying to file charges against Cody Rhodes for damaging his property. I believe those are the
Hmm.
charges. But it's crazy to see. And like I said, I know Brandon's perturbed about it because it's little sour grapes because there's a part of him that's like, man, him being a pro wrestling fan that's in media doesn't directly have access to his own product anymore is because now the cool kids like it. You can relate to this because think about geek culture. Geek culture used to be a plot line you used to get made fun of in 80s high school movies. And now it's like, oh no, it's cool. It's a blockbuster film that made gazillions of dollars that people will spend 10 years putting all the pieces together to watch without even being made fun of. There was a day,
nobody
dare I say,
nobody cared about him till Channing Tatum put him on.
well, and dare I say, we're young enough. We're young enough to not have experienced the you got bullied because you wore a comic book t-shirt. That's digging deep. You know what I mean? That's like I want to say 80s. I don't know how it was in the early 90s. I wasn't around in that space. Like we was still watching Power Rangers and stuff. So nobody's making fun of anybody. You know what I mean?
We were all
You would get
excited. He was
yeah,
like,
like
"Why
you would
don't you have a Power Ranger shirt on?
there was no heavy
Where's your Ninja
bullying
Turtle
because of
shirt?"
yeah, like everybody was in the little kid stuff. See, but like, imagine being in high school and you're celebrating your favorite, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff actually went down versus now it's like, hey, we live in a culture now where we're embracing things and what was considered geek culture has heavily been influenced into pop culture. And
Hmm.
I'm noticing that we're seeing the same thing with professional wrestling. Like everybody in like I know for a fact how anime became was never in that category is because black people, as great as we are, we always make stuff really, really cool. Because Goku and Pikachu lived in the hood. I don't care what nobody says. It's
That's the
culturally
best.
different. I'm trying to tell you that like that nobody from the hood was making fun of somebody because they watched Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon because them little kids grew up with that as kids and they like, oh, that's a part of my childhood that I remember that I feel good about. So don't get me
Hmm.
wrong, they weren't walking around with t-shirts on, but you know what I mean? Like it wasn't an era where you grew up in, oh, it's not we can't talk about Goku and Pokemon anymore because it's not cool. They was like, nah, bro, I remember that. That was when I was a kid. I that was a part of my life that I enjoyed. So you know what I mean? Like this, so people began, and then not just the mainstream stuff, but people began to embrace way more things. Like I swear, I'm around so many kids that remember Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and they
Sailor
have all
Moon.
these Sailor Moon. You know what I mean? And they have all these fond memories of it versus like before. It's kind of tongue in cheek. That was very niche, and we're looking at pro wrestling in that same space now. I'm like, although it
This
is more
is
popular, we don't have access as much as we used to.
nope.
So,
And I hate the fact, and I hate the fact that because I'm a celebrity, I get I get the access because let's be honest, a true wrestling fan would want to step in the ring, but because I'm a celebrity and I have this, I can step in the ring. But that's the part that's bothering me. I'm never going to complain about a celebrity match, but I'm going to complain about the celebrity involvement because this is the time, and I think this era of wrestling, and I can talk about the attitude era, I can talk about the ruthless aggression. I'm saying the time that we're watching right now has
Mhm.
the most talented wrestlers that we've probably ever seen thus far. When I say most talented, you literally could pick 10 wrestlers from any roster and say, okay, these 10 wrestlers from any of these rosters, from any AEW, TNA, WWE, and put them against 10 wrestlers from another era, and they would outshine, outperform, and outdo those 10 hands down. Now, of course, you wouldn't pick somebody like, a dud. I'm saying if you pick really 10 people that's been on top of their game, it's the best wrestling right now that we can see, right?
Sure.
To the point that gets put to the backside because I need to see a Jelly Roll fight Kit Wilson. Oh, it's pushed to the side because I need to insert somebody walk into the ring because they're a cool wrestling fan and they're bringing more eyes to the product. That's the part I'm struggling with, and I feel like this WrestleMania, and I'm gonna make the point. This WrestleMania, you asked, will it be remembered? It will be remembered because of the entertainment aspect, and I think this WrestleMania is going to be remembered because it was the most celebrity-driven one, and it's going to look like the viewership is through the roof because of all of the hits that it's going to get. Because a WWE clip shared on Pat McAfee channel will get more hits. A WWE clip shared on such and such Instagram is going to get more hits. WWE clip shared on here going to get more hits. You know what I'm saying? They're getting the people to watch in these different ways that we wouldn't have seen last year, the year before, or the year before that. But
No, it's interesting you say that because we talked about that too last week. But here's I guess the question I asked you just like I proposed to the brothers last week. Where's the balance? Is because on one, you're absolutely right. It's almost media driven. Like, okay, see, country music, media outlets, they gotta have room because Jelly Roll's gonna be there. He's got to be one of the biggest stars in country and however you categorize his music as far as pop culture and country or western, how however you spin it. So they got to be there because they know he's involved. That's one. Mind you, probably wouldn't have been there if he wasn't. So it's like you said, these so many different media outlets because so many different areas of popularity are all going to be under one roof. And those media outlets, once again, you don't need the pro wrestling media because they have the mainstream media. So what you speak of when it comes to celebrity involvement, it is a lot this year. But at the same time, is that not the foundation of what WrestleMania was for in the first place? You think about when Wendy Richter and Cindy Lauper got involved. I mean, it almost changed wrestling. It changed everything, right? Captain Lou Albano being in. I know him as that guy being in that video and as a manager than I ever knew of him as a performer, right? But those are the lasting things that we talk about when you talk about WrestleMania 1. You're not talking about the card. You may talk about Hogan and Piper and Cowboy Bob and Jimmy Superfly Snuka and maybe Andre and Bobby Heenan, but you talk about the moments of Liberace being in the ring, the Rockettes, and the celebrity involvement that put WrestleMania on the map, the event that saved the World Wrestling Federation and pulled it out of the dumps that it was on its way to being. Not necessarily saying, but Vince was trying to shake things up. Is that not
mhm.
the foundation of what WrestleMania is in the first place? I mean, of course, we're going to see a beefed up version of it on steroids in 2026, but it
And that's my point.
no one's coming to see that. They've given us enough pro wrestling for 2 nights, right? Is it is it
Mhm.
is it wrong that we have these entertainment pieces that add to the spectacle? Because that's exactly what this is. This is the bigger, I want to call it the Super Bowl of pro wrestling, but it's kind of bigger than a Super Bowl, but it's an entertainment showcase. Is that not what it's the foundation of what WrestleMania is in the first place?
No, you're absolutely right. I think my issue is that, like you said, we're going to see it beefed up on steroids by magnified because let me ask you this question. Do you
Mhm.
remember Little Wayne coming to the ring? Or do you remember the match between the Usos? You know what I mean? Like when the celebrity involvement is just there just
Neither.
because, that's that probably was a bad example.
It's terrible because I don't.
You know,
Okay,
you
I'm
like
like,
you
all
put
right.
out your mind. You're like,
When did
yeah.
he come to the ring? Usos. I
But
remember the Usos got that first WrestleMania match. I know Rikishi was happy because he was like, my kids don't got a WrestleMania shit. They need to quit, go elsewhere. He was hot.
and then they got it. But
Yeah,
then do you
finally after
remember?
9 years.
But I guess the thing is, we're like, I don't know if we know what the happy medium is because I'm always a component of WrestleMania, the biggest spectacle, right? Yes, you're gonna have a
Mhm.
celebrity involvement, but I'm always a component of, oh, the entrance music is being performed live, or give us something different. Like I thought, was that WrestleMania or SummerSlam when Naomi had her father play the guitar as she was
That was
coming to the
last
ring?
year.
Was that?
I think it was WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Was it WrestleMania
was it
in
right?
Vegas? I
It's
think it's so. Yeah, that was when she won the women's title.
no, she won that and Money in the Bank, right? But she was women's champion then, right?
No, I don't
No,
remember.
because she
I
won
don't.
it. Remember, she cashed in Money in the Bank to win the women's title. He cashed it in. That's how she got it. So that must have been okay. He said SummerSlam, but remember, Rhea Ripley had the band playing her down. Those are the big moments. I'm like,
Sure.
oh,
Yep.
this is cool. Like I'll never forget that orchestra. I mean, not the orchestra. The high school band that played Roman Reigns with his new entrance to the ring. You know what I mean? Like those are the moments. Yes, they're not celebrities,
Hmm.
but I will remember certain things about celebrity involvement because that was the foundation it was built upon.
Hmm.
But at some point it's like, okay, it's enough. I get it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just because it's so beefed up. But I'm gonna let it be because I get where you're coming from. Just don't like it
Yeah, man.
because
A lot of people had a problem with
realness
it. They
isn't
like,
being asked. You're not being asked to come down and walk AJ to the ring for his Hall of Fame induction. But
well,
if you
see,
were a celebrity with 10 billion followers, they'll say, "Oh yeah, come on."
yeah, it's just when you it's clearly calculated, right? It's clearly calculated when you have guys like, and this is like not. There's more than one type of celebrity involvement, right? Jelly Roll's most
Hmm.
likely going to get in the ring. Ice Show Speed has a full blown match. Now we watched him train with Randy Orton. He did on his show. You know, he's got a show where he goes around, he picks up other occupations. That man is trained for real. Like
Hmm.
he went down to NXT. So I'm like, he's probably been preparing for this. Ever since he got tackled by Braun, what's that guy's name?
At the
Braun
Royal
Breaker.
Rumble, Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the Rumble, was it?
Yeah, it was Rumble. Yep.
It was a rumble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last year, though, right?
Hey, brother Hughes in the building. You get an air
What's
horn. Hold on.
what,
Nope. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it
I
is.
hear, I hear.
what's going on, y'all? What's going on?
How you doing
What's up,
here?
man? We
I'm
just
good. I heard some crying, so I had to jump on real quick.
okay. Yeah, we were
Somebody
Who
just
was
crying about
talking
crying?
about.
celebrities. You were about celebrities, being on WrestleMania and whatnot. So
Hey, here.
yeah,
Thank God you heard that now what I said earlier, but we ain't gonna say nothing
that's
about
that's
that.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah. So
I'll,
you
I'll
gotta
go
go back.
back and watch it.
I'm about to say you gotta go back earlier space.
But you
Well,
won't be
well,
able to comment on it tonight.
we're talking about the foundation of what WrestleMania was kind of built on, and it's like, all right, well, and it's like, well, you look at Jelly Roll's involvement; he's going to have some type of involvement with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, which is going to be a big deal. And then you have
Hmm.
Spears having the actual match, but then you have Lil Yachty that's like with Trick Williams, and I think he adds to Trick Williams this whole gimmick. Like Lil Yachty was say, I'm glad he defended himself because, like I said this last week, a fan said something to him, and he's like, "Bro, don't try to come for
Hmm.
me like this is now. Like I'm not here just being a celebrity." And I'm like, man, he's right because Lil Yachty pulls up to WWE shows even when they're not in his city.
That is true.
So like, even his character of being like, if you want to be, if you want to keep it 100, like Lil Yachty is being what Trick Williams used to be for like Carmelo Hayes in NXT, kind of like
Yeah.
that annoying manager mouthpiece was like, bro, we really don't need you out here, but like you're out here to annoy people to make the situation worse. And then he's for real because he just got dropped by Sami Zayn. He took a whole boot to the face. I said, oh yeah, he's anytime you take a bump, that means one, you got a
Oh
paycheck,
yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm down. So moments like that show me like,
You had
okay,
to sign that. You had to sign that waiver.
yeah, of course, that's there. That's the paycheck. Versus celebrities in the past, or you look at the Muhammad Ali being a special ring enforcer, him getting into it with Cowboy Bob, and he swung on him, and everybody lost their minds in Madison Square Garden. Everybody's like, look, man, Hogan was like, that wasn't playing. He just naturally jumped into it. And then Mike Tyson, goodness gracious, WrestleMania 14.
Ooh,
I mean, this is these
ooh.
are all this has a chance to be a really good, a really the celebrities who are involved, to me, are invested fans. They're not just like, all right, I'm just showing up here and just show my face or wave and swing at you and go home. Like these are are people that have continually been involved with WWE and like are dedicated to like helping bring WWE to a new space. I think Logan Paul is probably his fault the most.
It is.
Because he used to be
It's
a
Bad
celebrity.
Bunny. It's Bad Bunny.
Bad Buddy, he started it.
He
Because it was
started.
like
He
there's
made the
nobody.
standard.
It was nobody that was like, there's no way in the world somebody this big. Like crazy part is Bad Bunny got Damian Priest over, and
Big
Bad
time.
Bunny's not even a pro wrestler, right? It's like
That is a horrible thing to say, but it's so true.
think about it. At the height of his popularity before the Judgment Day, that's what we remember. And he set the tone. And then Logan Paul decided to take it and run with it. But then Logan Paul stopped being a celebrity. Like, no, he's really a wrestler now. Like he'll tell you, nah, I'm doing this full time. Like they let me do my schedule. I don't gotta like this is so like he's not even looked at as a celebrity more. That man main evented freaking one of them crazy super shows with Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
He just got his third match ever. Like, okay. So it's like to me, I have no problem with the ones that they're using now is because they're not just, you know what I mean? They're not just there for a quick paycheck. You're not there to shake their tail and just wave at the fans and get 6 figures. It's like, okay, hey, you guys are actually really trying to get involved. So I don't mind it as much. And I don't understand the whole thing with Pat McAfee, like being Randy Orton's like mouthpiece. Like, well,
It was unnecessary.
it just doesn't.
Very unnecessary.
Randy Orton doesn't need any help. It's like,
You know
why?
what I mean?
He really doesn't.
And then he's like trying to stick it to the eye, like take that IWC. I'm sticking it to you guys. We're like, yeah, but we know you're doing it, so it's not even
Hey,
cool.
I'm a bad guy with my glasses. Look how bad I am. And
Yeah.
I'm giving you 25% off to watch Randy. Oh, wait a minute,
No.
what?
But
I'm
like
saying-
like you said, they gotta sell them tickets. You know, they got them that first hour on ESPN. You know, that's why he took the title and showed up on his show with the title.
Yeah.
And then Cody did that whole segment. So, like, you know what it is.
It's
Oh, yeah.
it's almost. I'm glad that popular culture is embracing WWE.
Yep.
Like I said, I guess the only drawback is, and this is what we mentioned earlier, Brother Hugh, is that it takes it away more from the contingent, the pro wrestling audience, is because they're in expansion mode. Hey,
Mhm.
we can't keep, because that's, you know, that was always our critique of TNA back in TNA's heyday. You guys you're catering to the same audience over and over again. At some point, you're going to have to grow. And
But, I
Jericho,
mean-
they asked Jericho, like, why didn't you sign with TNA during your off time? He said TNA has the same 3 million followers they've had for the last 8 years.
Right.
It's an underhanded insult. It's like on one, hey, you do have a good following as far as your numbers are concerned, you know, at least by television rating standards. That's great. The problem is it's not growing, which ultimately was its demise. You got to expand. You got to keep eyes on the product. You got to attack. We're going to be there regardless. We have suffered through some really crazy things in pro wrestling, but we're loyalists. We'll always be there. Like Whitney Houston singing to Kevin Costner. She'll always be there. She'll always,
Amen.
it's like we'll always love pro wrestling. But like, I'm not putting any new money in WWE's pocket, and they know that. They
Hey,
know
we
I'm not
stuck.
going to.
We got
They
it.
know
You got
it.
us. Right. Like, where
You
you
know
going
I'm
with
not
We're
it?
already
doing
here.
anything.
Where we
I'm
gonna
not
go,
giving you
AEW?
more money. No, I mean, yeah, like
Well,
in
yeah, they got
everybody's-
new world champion. You want to go to AEW?
Hold
They
up.
got
Did
new world
y'all?
champion.
Oh my God.
We
I'm
did
gonna let
see
y'all
that.
go on that.
And
That's
we
crazy.
did, and we do go to AEW, but we always come back. It's like we don't
That's-
stay; we're just visiting. So
Literally.
it's like it's all right. This was fun, and then we go back to our personal business. So it's like you know, seeing that WrestleMania is always the big show to try to bring in the big audience, and you try to capture a new audience while you're there. Would
Mhm.
that be successful, brothers? Let's just dive into it. We're making good time.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get to it.
Speaking of new audiences, they going to South America coming up in September,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yes, they listen to me. They
Oh, they
want to look,
announced something.
Yeah.
they want to look cool on TV, so they go to places they know people are going to like. Oh, they've never been in Nicaragua, so we're all going to pull up to Nicaragua to see WWE because who knows when they're coming back. And then Triple H is like, "Hey man, we broke records. This is the largest
Right.
No, that was part
Nicaraguan
of stuff. That was part of
attendance we've
signing
ever had."
Stephanie. We go to South America, so we can say she's from there. Because
From Chile.
yeah,
Oh
they-
yeah,
they're
Yeah,
wrestling.
she about to get that belt back real quick.
Chile.
Yeah, after Liv video, yeah, because Liv is definitely getting it.
Personally,
Oh.
I think it's a long-term very, very. How can I say this without giving it away? It's very calculated. Let's just keep it that way. It's very
Oh,
calculated
yeah.
move
Yeah.
because we're on our way to a global takeover. Like WWE is not playing about being professional wrestling. Like it's already the association. Like AEW is holding on for dear life to make sure that that doesn't happen. When you say professional wrestling, people go, "Oh, like WWE," you know that's
Yep.
the only thing you know. And
Mhm.
you know when you start, we already have territories as far as independents that you can go to. That's like, okay, this is a WWE certified because we see what's going on with TNA, we see what's happening with Maple Leaf Pro and AEW. So we already have like WWE certified territories. It's like it's going to be the same thing on a global level after a while. Like, all right, cool. This is, you know, that
This
that
WWE
expansion
territory.
that I'm telling you, there's a lot of colonization going on, but it's okay, fellas. We got two major cards. Let's get this show on the road. Two major
Mhm.
cards, two nights, Saturday and Sunday. WrestleMania 42, Las Vegas. We talked about it last week. We got Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. We got Stephanie Vaquer to defend her women's world title against Liv Morgan. We have the Women's Intercontinental Championship with AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. We have Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match because they're most likely going to kill each other. We have the 4 teams battling out for the women's tag titles. We have Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and ISO Speed. I don't know if this is the new vision or we just lost our vision. It's okay. Versus the Usos and LA Knight.
I was just lost a vision. Oh,
Yeah,
Blind.
they're all gone. Like everybody's just done. Like I think that's gonna be like a failed thing. Don't even bring back Bronson Reed and part. Let him go back to doing what he was doing.
Exactly. Right.
No back seats. He didn't need that anyway. Seth Rollins versus
and what was he doing
Usos.
before he broke his ankle?
He was the man. Like he was
Yeah.
shutting it down,
Yeah.
and then he came back and joined the group. Like, dude, what are you doing? Pick up where you left off. But you know,
After he smashed Seth, and then he came back and gave him a hug and was like, "Look, I respect you.
Right.
You gave me
Oh,
32
Came around with
tsunamis
the
in
bloodline.
Baltimore."
the only reason I'm not mad at it is because he stole Roman Reigns' shoes out of it, and he got
That's
a match
right.
with Roman. That was a
Amen.
big deal. Of course, we got the World Heavyweight Championship with CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. That's brother. God thinks there's some climactic shift coming, brother. Here, I got to get your 2 cents on that. We have the Women's World Championship with Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. Somebody's going to shine, and somebody's going to become a superstar this night. We have Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. That's going to be the first 5 minutes. Well, however long ESPN needs that match to go, that's going to be insane. We have the United States Championship, Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. We had a little controversy on this last week. A lot of people were like, I don't think it's fair. But I was like, man, listen, this is the Trick Williams show, and he needs Sami Zayn in this moment.
Facts.
Of course, we have the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. I mean, if we need a spot monkey match, I mean, we got Penta, we got Javon Evans, we got Dragon Lee, we got JD McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. I'm scared for all the young guys are going to do. I don't trust Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Javon Evans, or Penta.
Oh, dang. Yeah. I forgot about
Ru-
JD.
It's so many mass solutions. It's so many mass. JD gonna do that big moonsault off the top. That's gonna be.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
gonna take. I hope
he
he
punched-
okay. Don't land on your face, sir.
Bro, he punctured his lung and flipped over the ropes and continued the match. Like he earned everybody's respect that day. He's not safe. He's not safe either. He's
Nope,
going to do
not at
something
all.
insane.
Yeah.
Like you
We
said,
got-
that's X-Pac.
That's the X-Pac. That's what he is. He's got to take those bumps. We got the Demon returning, and Finn Balor going to a dark place to take out his protege in Dominic Mysterio. Big brother
I
versus
don't
little
think-
brother match.
I don't
And of
think it was
course-
necessary, but okay.
You don't think that was necessary?
Nah, man.
You
You
stop
don't
it.
need the demon
Stop
for
it.
no Dominic Mysterio, bro.
I
You
think,
don't need. It's WrestleMania.
But I get it. They
You
wanted
probably
it,
didn't.
whatever.
but it was like, all right, let's. We talked about it last week. Let's gimmick this. This is a highly gimmicked WrestleMania. Like, it's like, yeah, I get Roman because Roman was a
Right.
legit threat.
Exactly.
Roman was running a rough shot, and he had them beat.
And he had to have.
But-
God had to
Dominic
help him win. Isn't that
Mysterio?
what they said?
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
he doesn't need. Yeah, you
Like
probably got a
he's
point.
like he comes across as the little punk on TV. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
But
So,
maybe he
yeah,
wants to
whatever.
punish them. I don't know. Which is
I agree with Justin. The demon should have been. He said it. The demon should have been a surprise.
Eh,
That's what I'm gonna
exactly.
say. It
They
should
had to
have
sell
been a
tickets though.
Yeah.
boom boom. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
had to sell
sell
tickets.
tickets.
That's
That's what it was.
Because you see the picture of him like in his little outfit, his little headdress. So he's probably going to have some type of super gimmicked up version of himself for
Or he
WrestleMania.
spiked or something.
He'll
Yeah,
come out
you
in
know.
a toga.
I don't. I must say, what's the biggest version of the demon? If he comes out in the WrestleMania 9 toga, just all demoned up, I'm going to be super pissed.
Oh my
But
gosh.
speaking of gimmicks, and of course, you got John Cena hosting WrestleMania, so you're going to get a John Cena pop. John Cena cheats because John Cena is going to start being. First of all, he just retired like 2 months ago. He's going to come back and beat John Cena, but he doesn't have to wrestle anymore. He's just going to come out.
Facts.
He's like he just signed a 7-year deal or something crazy.
Isn't he spearheading the WWE club or whatever?
I don't know.
Oh, is he?
I think he's behind that.
Oh, okay. See, I wouldn't be
great.
surprised that subscription service.
Right.
He's going to make sure he's printing money, whether he's in movies or not. It's okay. It's smart business move.
100%.
And to that point, it's going to get even more shenanigans. You know, we support shenanigans over here. Danhausen is officially looking for John Cena, so you know, you know that exchange.
And then R-Truth is gonna be there. It's gonna be them three. Oh my god, R-Truth.
When R-Truth was talking to Danhausen last week on SmackDown, I was giddy yet nervous. Like, I was excited. I was like,
he called that man Oscar.
But for some reason, Truth was in his right mind last week.
Right.
And Dane Priest is like, man, you just called him Oscar. He's like, man, no, I didn't. I didn't say none of that. I was like, see, R-Truth was smarter than y'all think. Because he doesn't want to be cursed by Danhausen. Nothing good happens when he pops up.
Right.
But now he's
that
looking for
man
John
called
Cena.
him Oscar.
Yeah. He said, yeah, man, Oscar's around here cursing people. He said, what? But it's okay. John Cena is very familiar with Danhausen. He was a kind of a / closet, out of the closet, like Danhausen supporter, kind of quietly when he's met him at a couple of meet and greets, and I was like, uh-oh. He's already in tight with the big wigs. So it's just,
he said we need him.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, he's on TV every week, both shows. And I'm like,
without a shadow of a doubt.
Why does this always
you
work?
Get him.
Yeah, because it fits. Like I said, as R-Truth is wrapping up, Danhausen is taking off. And like I said, having them both on screen, I was like, oh, this is about to be insane. But there's probably going to be so many things in between, and we're not going to have time to go into detail about everything. But I'll start at the beginning, and I first propose to you, good brothers, what about WrestleMania this year, as far as the matches are concerned? What's just standing out to you? What is something that you really, really want to see? Something you're really looking forward to on night 1 or night 2, Saturday or Sunday? Which one are you thinking? It looks like am I tripping? But it looks like it might be 2 separate themes for this. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah.
And that is that weird?
Let's start with night 1. I was gonna say because it's something you look forward to on both of them, but I think we just start with night 1 because I love that you got the live on ESPN.
Yeah, so this
go ahead, brother, because you joined late. I don't want to.
What? Now you good?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, don't be shy. Just jump in the water. Which ones are you looking forward to? They're starting off hot on both sides.
So night 1, I'm definitely looking forward to Jacob Fatu and Drew because it's on ESPN for a reason.
Yeah,
I think they're going to cater to the audience of this is what you've been missing. Tune in so you can see more of this. And I think it's going to be a brawl. It's going to be. Remember when they were fighting and they went through the table, they fought all through the ring, and bell never rung. I think because it's unsanctioned, it's going to get those UFC hardcore fans because you trying to introduce wrestling to people.
Right.
Let them fight it out. Let them do. What do you say? 2 big meaty men slapping meat. But this is going to be one of those. Yeah, Big E. Right. I think this is going to be one of those things that's going to be, oh shoot, I need to see the rest of wrestling if they do this. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to how are they going to pay off this story with Pat McAfee? And the only reason I'm looking forward to it because, it's been a horrible build, in my opinion. From a wrestling standpoint, I get it. But from a standpoint, all right, what is the end game of this? What is the end goal? Is Randy Orton going to punt kick him? Is this going to lead to that whole thing that we keep hearing about a tag team match between Jelly Roll and Cody versus Pat and Randy? I don't know.
Don't forget the implications. Remember, he said if he loses, you'll never see me here again. Right,
but what if he loses and Randy just? What year was it that Randy was the menace? Realness that you said.
09, wasn't it?
09, Randy.
Same year when Jeff Hardy was a bum.
Come on, man. You leave Jeff Hardy out of this.
My bad, bro. I keep bringing. I'm sorry.
Somebody mentioned that earlier too, and I was glad that you weren't here. When
Yeah,
they were
somebody
talking
did
about
say
happy
Jeff Hardy. I
moment.
was
It
like,
was
oh
it
no,
was it was thinking might have been Vaughn. He was talking about a happy moment. I'm like, thank God, brother, he wasn't here to spoil the happy moment.
because God, he would have definitely been like, no, he's been no, never mind. So that's I think those two because I think one's going to start and one's going to end. Everything else in between will be okay. Don't get me wrong. But the night one is that the that's not the 6 man Intercontinental is the second night, right?
No, that's the second night.
Definitely the
Okay.
second night.
Yeah, that's all I got for night one.
Women's
If we,
no, it's the 6-man tag.
yeah, I
The
don't care about that.
Usos and
That's
That's
not
the
gonna be
second.
anything.
That's the second ESP. Well, not the second one, but that's the other ESPN2 live coverage. That's the one. It's got iShow Speed on it. So
Yeah, that's it. I'm not. I'm good. That's all I gotta say about night one. Yep, that's it.
what about you, brother Hugh? What stands
That's
out
what
to
he
you as
is.
far as what stands out
Well,
as far as night one of WrestleMania, Saturday night? What stands out to you most? What are you looking forward to seeing?
what am I looking forward to? I mean, of course, I got to go with Liv and Stephanie. They're
Okay,
most likely going to steal the show, to be honest.
really?
That's the only match. That's one of the only matches I really care about. Besides, Jacob and Drew, but I'm not going to say that because Brandon said it already.
Of course
So
not.
yeah, exactly. All right, it's no fun saying the same thing, repeating ourselves. So we're gonna go with Liv and Stephanie. I like the story that they're telling, and I'm eager to see how they're gonna play it out in the ring. Don't really care about what's his name, Cody and them anymore since Pat McAfee got inserted into the
Is it
storyline. I was
really
like,
bothering you that much? It's getting to you
yeah,
because this is history. You're
yes,
talking about Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton go back a long way, and you're like, I'm over it now because this is just it's corny
yes.
or whatever reason. What's your reasons as to why you like, man? I'm over this.
It wasn't necessary. It really
It
wasn't.
really
It's
wasn't.
it's just like he
I'm
had
so
no he had
confused.
it doesn't make any sense at all. He has no place in that storyline whatsoever. And I can't, he's not a believable heel.
No,
Like,
he's too fun.
exactly,
The
exactly. So
sunglasses will kill me. Look at me, my bad guy sunglasses.
so I'm like, bro, y'all just doing too much. Y'all should have just left him out and let Randy go crazy, kill
Let him
Cody
talk
like
to
he's gonna
herself.
do.
She could have been talking to
Exactly.
herself.
Exactly. Just let them go. We don't need Jelly Roll. We don't need Pat. If you want them to wrestle down the line, I mean, God forbid, but let them
No,
do their own thing on another time. You know what I'm saying? What I mean? I ain't
That's
got time
definitely
for
a
all that.
WrestlePalooza. That's a
A-
WrestlePalooza match.
Absolutely.
especially if it's in Nashville again. See, that's
Right.
nice.
Hmm
Right.
And another thing to your point, brother, he was nobody's booing Randy Orton. I'm sorry. I don't care
Nobody.
what they're like. Oh, Pat McAfee's getting heat. Okay, it's Randy Orton's is in the match.
Right.
Like,
Facts.
We care about
what are you
Randy.
saying? Like,
They're
Right.
gonna
okay,
sing his song at the top of their lungs.
Pat
Right.
McAfee's going back to his show the next day. You're not going to see him afterwards. Like, nobody's booing Randy Orton at this point in career. That's why I was like, bro, there's no point in him being a bad guy because whatever he does, if he RKOs somebody's grandmother, somebody's gonna say, she deserved it.
Right.
Right.
Do it
Like
again.
that's
Do
the
it
level that
again.
is. Do it again, one more time.
One more time.
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
eh.
Yeah. I
and,
mean,
and
Like,
like, and I'm
do,
glad that. Well, let's see what realness say because I'm gonna say something real funny if
do
he
you
doesn't
want to
address the.
see Randy Orton win his 15th world championship though?
why not? Yes, but
Yes. Yes.
not with the involvement
Not
of
with
Pat
Pat.
McAfee.
Okay, you just want him to take care of business. Like,
Yeah.
what if he wins it and be like, all right, I'm done with you. I don't need your help, and just hits him in the balls.
Punt kick him.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I'm
want
cool
him to
with that.
punt kick him.
If you're gonna
I
punt
want
kick
him
him,
to.
then I just want to see a punt kick in general. That's it.
See,
They've
I
been
like
teasing it for forever, so I
I
just
like
want to see a punt
special
kick.
protocols. That's what you guys like.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right.
Hmm
You know,
For sure.
I do want to see.
What?
I'm eager to see how Speed, how he performs because this dude is an amazing athlete.
It's
He's
definitely
crazy,
nice.
and like you said, he has trained with Randy Orton.
I watched him
So
train. He's for real.
exactly, he's good, bro. He's good. So I'm eager to see what he does in the ring and how it's going to pan out. At WrestleMania on the big stage. So I'm okay with that.
How do you like his character that he's been so far? Because he's playing this gimmick like this is an accident. How did I get here? Like, he's playing this kind of like character where it's like, bro, how did I get in this situation? I didn't mean for it, but somehow I'm here.
I think it's perfect, to be honest.
Mhm.
Because think about it, Speed is not believable as a straight up heel. You know what I
No,
mean? He's
not.
too
He's like
loved.
Pat McAfee. He's like
Exactly.
too much fun.
Exactly. So it's like that's the best way to insert him into the storyline. Like, look, all right, well, I guess I'm here now.
Right. That's exactly how
I
he
got,
looks all the
you know what I
time.
mean? Exactly. Right. Like LA Knight is after me. Well, I'm gonna need you guys to kind of be my
Bingo.
backup and help me out. And they
Like,
just
bro,
carrying
Mhm.
him along. Yeah, man, you
you
good?
good?
Come on with
You
us. You
good? Don't
know.
worry about it. You didn't do nothing wrong. It's
When
like,
Paul said they're gonna kill him, I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, that was the funniest thing." He was like, "They got your back good." He was like, "They're gonna kill him."
It's perfectly done with speed. I like it. I like it.
Okay.
But night one is kind of to me. I ain't gonna
Hold
hold
on, come on. Let's look at this. Really? You ain't feeling like one?
you.
What
Compared to
What are
night
you looking
two,
forward to, realness? What are you looking for in night one? Let's see what you have to say. 'Cause let me tell you something real funny.
I'm okay with everything that they're giving us on night one. I think the my issue with this year's Mania is not necessarily like the it's not necessarily the matches. It's just the build. It's like
hmm
everything seems kind of scrambled and last minute and rushed. And like I said, not that it's their fault. It's because look at how many injuries were sustained. Like Seth Rollins was supposed to be a world champion right now. You know what I mean? But so many other things have kind of happened and transpired because these audibles needed to be kind of because right, this is supposed to be Seth Rollins
Brian.
and CM Punk in the main
Oh yeah,
event.
LC from yeah, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then, CM Punk took over as world champion, and then it was Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, but they want to get him going. And then he
hmm
gets hurt. And it's like, dude, we just can't catch a break. So I think the fact that I look at it as if with the first half of last year's build was supposed to be going into this year, everything had to be kind of tossed and reshaped.
Yeah.
But when you look at the matches itself, I don't have a problem with the matches. Um, I know Brian H is not a fan of this AJ Lee and Becky Lynch match, and I'm like, I don't know. I understand his perspective, but I'm just like, man, I'm not really sure. Um,
What are you not sure about?
I I think the best is yet to come. Like he's like, oh, we saw it already. It's not good. I'm like, yeah, but I think that might have been on purpose. It's like, well, they probably knew, hey, we're going to do this on a bigger stage. We're not going to give everybody everything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like
But
AW's problem.
why not save it? Why not just save it until then? Then why give it to me other times?
Well, that's like asking why do drug dealers hand out testers to the hood? You know what I mean?
Dang,
No, no,
he
It's
no,
went there.
no.
He
I'm
went
just
there.
saying.
We
That's
didn't
You're
need
right.
that. They could have.
that's
Come on now. Now, realness. AJ Lee and I said Becky Lee, Becky Lynch could have told that story leading into Mania, regardless who had the title. We didn't need to see them wrestle each other. When AJ said, "Every time I'm in the ring, I've dog walked you," I'm like, "Have you really? Have
yeah.
you?
It's this
Have you though?"
they're trying to lean heavy into their history, but unfortunately, like it's kind of lost in whatever. I think Becky Lynch is too big of a star for like the build up because
Mm-hmm.
nobody remembers when AJ Lee was. You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like nobody
And
remembers when Becky Lynch was curtain jerking and she was, getting insulted and like, oh, you're the least relevant one here. You know what I mean? Like that. That's this audience is not really
We're
familiar
past that. Yeah.
and
because
this is
Becky
not the
Lynch is.
same AJ Lee we had from back in the day.
That's what I'm
She's lost
saying. Like,
that menacing side to her. Like she doesn't have that edge to her like she had before. She's
bingo.
not
That's
crazy
the word.
anymore. Now I know she's
That's
promoting, mental health and whatnot. So I know she's not going to lean into that character anymore. But
sure. She's more
nah,
reformed. That's her new thing.
yeah,
Like, oh, I'm reformed.
exactly.
You know what I
But
mean?
I'm
But
not feeling it.
yeah, it's just I don't think, like you said, I think they gave it like Becky's got to get her hit back now. It's like AJ caught you slipping, she won. Now this is the get back match, and I feel like they were trying to use this their history and this WrestleMania kind of build to try to lead up to it. And I think they're going to give us something really, really good because to me, Becky Lynch is really that good.
I was about to say
AJ
Becky's in
Lee,
the. I was about to say Becky in
AJ
the
Lee
match,
is
so she good.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like AJ's a stud. She's always never not. It's just that we just haven't seen her as much. You know what I mean?
hmm
But
But
to
see,
me,
and
as
our thing
long as
is
Mhm.
with this, when you look at this card, right? And two things I want to tell you funny about that. It's funny that you would say that she's not that anymore. This WrestleMania Night One is a perfect backlash card. This WrestleMania is a perfect SummerSlam card. This don't have the weight of WrestleMania to it for me. It just don't. And y'all just said it because we've already seen some of these. And realness, I'm disappointed in you that you didn't say something about Gunther because nobody cares about this right now.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's like I don't think the match is going to be bad because it's still
Oh
Gunther
yeah,
and Seth
right.
Rollins. But the reason is like, well, I don't have that much of a one. I still hate Gunther for what he did to AJ, and
Right.
like Gunther was one of my favorite wrestlers. And then I was like, I started looking at him, like, you know what? I don't think I like you right now. I'm not over it yet. But he's still Gunther. And Seth Rollins is still Seth Rollins. My problem is it's like, yeah, but I don't know the backstory behind this. We got to figure out what is Gunther? What is he up to? What is he after? Why did he take on this kind of like bounty?
You
You
already
know what
know
I
what
mean?
it is. He
It's
coming
it's
after the
Remember, he said
beast.
he didn't like him. He said,
it's
I was
it's
world
something
champion.
to it.
And this is, I was like, oh, that's a lame
There's
excuse,
some
but okay.
there's something else to it that he's like, now you owe me one, Paul. I'm like, uh-oh, what's he trying to do? And like you said, it may have something to do with retiring the beast. Um, but it's like, but I know once again, I know once the bell rings, they're gonna shut it down. I
Oh,
expect them to.
absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when the match starts, it's almost like the way I watch AEW. I don't always know the backstories, but god dang it, you turn on an AEW show, you're gonna get your worth of your weight in gold when you
Your
watch the
2 hours
match.
worth of wrestling.
Definitely gonna
You're
get
gonna
some
get
wrestling.
2 hours of
But
wrestling.
Right.
then when the match
You're
is
gonna
over
get it.
with, I don't have a reason to come back on Wednesday.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it's like there's no entertainment because you gave me a 5-star match, like you said, the first time I saw it. It's like, all right, well, I mean, do I need to see this again? You gave me everything already.
Right.
So it's like, even when I mentioned like AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, like you don't want to give everybody everything because you know it's going to be a rebound match, a rubber match. This one, we're just not sure of. I'm like, all right, well, okay, go ta. I'm sure you guys will figure it out. But like I said, but when I look at the card, I'm like, yeah, sure, it does look like a backlash card, but it's like, but it's also not the only thing. If this was WrestleMania by itself, I'm like, oof,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But because this is a part of a bigger piece, I'm like, all right, well, these ain't bad together. You know what I mean? As far as if you're gonna give
And
me
that's
two
why I
nights of
said night
wrestling,
one is not a wrestling. To me, that would be a perfect. I would love to see that as a backlash. I'd be like, yep, because I feel like it would be the fallout of something prior, or this is what we put together for that. You know, what I mean, like I just don't see this the 6 man tag match as a mania level match. I'm sorry,
Well,
but
it's different nowadays. Like you said, we had this whole discussion because the celebrities is different. Extra exposure is different. So it's like that's what you got to expect now in Mania. You know what I mean?
yeah, and this is
mhm,
just the card. Like we not talking about other stuff. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
segments and stuff like that. That's the stuff that's not advertised, but we know that it's coming, right?
mhm.
So for this to be the one that opens up the weekend, I'm like, think about it. I'm thinking about myself. If I'm in Vegas and I
Hmm.
see this, I would enjoy it. I don't know how it's going to come across on
Yeah.
TV for the weekend or how it compares to other WrestleManias, but I don't know. We'll see though. I mean, but just like I said, when you look at it, it's like, all right, this doesn't look bad. I'm nervous about the timing because of the 6-man tag, and then of course Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre are live on ESPN2. I was like, okay,
Right.
I wonder how that's gonna it's the time is defined in a different way because the broadcast partner wants to see this and hopefully try to gather new audience and trick people into same thing, giving you testers. Like, okay, cool.
Mhm.
We're gonna let you see WrestleMania for a little bit. Hopefully you get hooked on it and then go to the ESPN app and just pay for the unlimited plan and watch the rest of the show. So that's what they do. They get you high a little bit, and then now you stoned out your mind, and then you come back down. Then you're like, I need another hit. Now you're desperate. Now you'll do
Uh-huh.
anything. Now
And
they
then they
they,
just
they reel you in. That's what they do.
right.
Now you ain't thinking about nothing but getting
You
back
got
to
any
that
more of that
place.
WrestleMania? You
Yeah.
got more
Oh
of that
man, I need more
WrestleMania?
rest. I need some more. They gonna like go to ESPN app unlimited and just press the button. Don't worry about if it's $49.99 a month. Just pay for it. So
There
yeah.
it is.
But
Lock in.
moving on to Sunday. Now, this is according to you guys. This is where the money is, and don't get me wrong. Sunday is definitely low. I am looking forward to probably like actually seeing Sunday more than Saturday. Right, Saturday to me is a good warm up. I'm glad that there's two. You know what I mean? Like okay,
Mm.
because give or take some, I want to see all these matches. Nonetheless, but Sunday night, man, this is live on ESPN. See, first is live on ESPN2, so that's how they know. Like, no, okay, these are
Mm-hmm.
we got Brock and Oba, and then we got this ladder match. That's cheating. That's
Absolutely.
cheating. It's because you're gonna have these two big, first of all, two former athletes going at it. and then you had the spot monkey match. You got this ladder match. You got the young boy in there. You got plenty of Hispanic brothers in there. You got Dragon Lee. You got a Japanese brother, and then you got Rusev. You got the vet in there. He's going to make sure all the kids play nice and nobody hurts themselves. Insane way to start the show off. Either way, and then of course you got Jade and Rhea, who they can have a pose down and it'll be worth the price of admission.
Yep.
Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Trick Williams needs this match with Sami Zayn. And
Absolutely.
then of course, Finn and the Demon are squaring off. But let's talk about Sunday. What are you guys looking forward to most as far as Sunday is concerned?
Sunday.
You say who?
Sunday.
Just the whole
I'll
thing.
let you go first, so I won't take his answer. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it don't matter to me. But I don't know, man. It's a lot because if you think about it, like of course you got Ober and Brock. Everybody wants to see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm looking at the ladder match. You got a young Javon Evans, like
you know it. You know it.
You know what I mean? Like this is one of your top young stars coming up. And then you got Trick Williams in the same boat, going against a formidable opponent. Champion, well established. Sami Zayn definitely needs to go over, right?
This is the crowning of Trick Williams. I told everybody.
Absolutely. Then you got Dom. Dom is Dom. We already know how it is.
Different strategy.
Right. Them two, they have a story that's been told for 2 years now?
Yeah.
Is it two?
Probably longer than that. It's been 2 years.
I want to say maybe 2, 3, maybe. About 2. But either way, there's a lot of history there, and they've been building up since day one with those two. So it's good to finally see them go at it and kind of squash whatever's going on, right? Or continue it later on down the line, right? And then you got Jade and Rhea. Push the panic button. I said it. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Rhea at all.
Mm-hmm. But
out of this world. But you got Jade. Good, but what?
I'm asking. You say hit the panic button. I'm like, what are you saying?
Oh, I'm saying that's the best that you can do as of right now because of, once again, all of the injuries and everything else that was going on. You had to hit the panic button. You had nobody else to kind of fill in.
I see. I got you.
Yeah,
so you need to call somebody that was reliable.
Right.
So, you don't think this is a chance for Rhea Ripley to make Jade Cargill?
I said it from the jump. I want Jade to go over. I feel like Jade needs to go over.
Sure.
But my beef was I didn't want Jade to go over because of Michin and BFAB interfering. I wanted her to go over clean one-on-one. Rhea can take a loss and she'll still be the top WWE women's superstar on the planet, no matter what.
It looks like WWE's not ready. Don't think just in case she's not ready.
Right.
We can just heal her out and let her be a weasel because that way you don't gotta. Okay.
Absolutely. And Jade, I feel like she needed that little extra push. People understand where she is as far as her status, right?
Sure. Yep.
But you get all this backlash about, she can't wrestle. She's boring.
Neither could the Ultimate Warrior.
Thank
God
you.
rest his soul. We didn't need him to do anything. We didn't need him just to be the warrior.
Just run down to the ring. That's it.
And we loved him. Face paint and tassels flying everywhere.
Literally, that's it. She hasn't defended the title. She defended the title once in how many days? How many months? Right? So with those criticisms, I feel like everything would have been solidified if, she was able to just go over on Rhea Ripley by herself. She's automatically up there in star power with Rhea Ripley.
Sure.
That's how you build another star. I mean, even though she's already a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So then when you go down the line, because we know Bianca's coming back. You know what I mean? Now you got
you can run
Jade Cargill that
play.
Beat Rhea Ripley going against a Bianca Belair who is Bianca Belair. You know what I mean?
Hopefully she would have learned something throughout that process and gotten better.
Absolutely.
Because I think that's the match we really want to see.
Exactly. That's my only beef with that match. I don't want her to go over, and I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to win because of Michin or BFAB interference, and I'm like, all right, okay, you won, but you just saving Rhea now. Why? It's not necessary to me. But over, of course, then Roman and CM Punk. I don't know what's going to happen, bro. One day I wake up thinking Roman is just going to just go crazy and win this title, but then the more and more I hear CM Punk talk, I'm like, bro, He
Started to
might
make sense, didn't
actually
he?
he might win this, bro. This is his first singles main event at WrestleMania, and it's night
Ro-
two, like you said.
and Roman is still a part timer.
Exactly.
He's still a part timer.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So if Roman get this loss, he can disappear. He be good. I don't see CM Punk taking a loss and then disappearing. Oh my bad, I'm hitting the mic.
No, you
Disappearing, or I
or
don't know
show,
what's next.
yeah,
You
or
see what I'm
showing up
saying?
on Monday acting like nothing happened.
Exactly. So like, what's next for CM Punk? We saw Seth. We saw Braun. We saw everything already. Like you have to come up with something different for CM Punk.
Hmm.
Where if Roman loses, you have so many storylines that you can go off into.
Right.
You know what I mean? He can start beefing with Jey Uso somehow, some way. He can still run it back with CM Punk. You know, The Rock can show up and do some craziness. You know,
Yes.
Solo. They keep talking about, oh, yo, you sound like Roman. It could be something with Solo that came up. You know, I don't know. You have so many different angles with that. If he loses,
He did say there's so many more stories to tell.
yeah.
And
So
if he wasn't such a proud part timer, I would be like, oh nah, Roman's definitely winning that title. But I'm like, now I'm starting to be like, man, I don't know.
right, yeah. Just text me when y'all need me. I'll be back at SummerSlam or WrestlePalooza.
Pretty much. Y'all keep saying WrestlePalooza.
I
I'm
mean,
not accepting that.
they got to build it up though. Come on, man. You know ESPN wasn't happy with WrestlePalooza.
Okay, they shouldn't have tried to replace WrestleMania or WrestlePalooza. So
That's true, but you know they
that's
gotta come.
beautiful.
They gotta come back hard the next time.
Well, they gotta figure it out.
So yeah,
What about you, brother guy? I know you said the whole card Sunday, but is there anything in particular that you like? I need to see this one. This has got to be the one.
Nope, I got to see everything. And the reason being,
He said nope. No,
I got to
no,
see
I see
everything.
everything.
Nope, nope.
No,
So when you said about the 5 minutes of Brock, this going to be a
the best five
spectacle.
minutes of pro wrestling that you're gonna see on
Yes.
ESPN too.
And I think they owe us one because we still haven't got over the Kofi Kingston 13-second loss. We
Yep,
still ain't get over the Bobby Lashley loss. We ain't get over
for
the
the culture.
what you call it, the Big E loss. So guess what? Oba, do it for the culture. And I think if it's more the upside for Oba, because what we realized on Sunday,
Mhm.
there are three debuts of the biggest criticism of Triple H. So I think this is his way of shutting up. And when he said, "Oh, I don't see color, I just see talent." Okay,
Oh yeah, we
now
haven't
put your
forgot
money where
that
your
yet.
mouth is, right?
Yeah,
Put your money where your mouth is. You see the talent, right? You're not going to squash all three. Brock can take a loss to Oba and be fine on the other side, still be the
facts.
WrestleMania spectacle, right? He the only person I know that can get the most losses and still be fierce and scary, right? Trick, Sammy, do your job and put the belt on Trick. We know. Okay, we got it. Because we know on the opposite side, Trick with that title has a bigger upside than Sammy. Give
Yeah,
him that
hmm
5-star match. Sammy, pull it out your bag and show him that you can still have that 5-star match.
and teach them how to
That
wrestle.
ladder,
Teach them how to
yeah.
yeah,
work.
listen,
Finishing
that
school.
ladder match. hmm Because on the other side of Trick, and just a side note, you got a Damian Priest, you got a Alistair Black, you got a Carmelo, you got all these other people waiting on the other side for him for the United States because he can do the exact opposite. I ain't done the open challenge. What I look like. You know what I
Fact.
mean? I'm the star here. That's going to be his thing. Um, that ladder match. Congratulations, Javon Evans. You are now the youngest Intercontinental Champion ever.
I
Now
don't
go
know about that one.
everywhere with all your 6'7" and all your young boy stuff. Go have at it because we need to branch into that space. Put that title out there. Give us a custom title. Do everything you want because his ring gear is unique. His t-shirts are unique. Make some more money off of Javon Evans. He's the one to do it. Penta, you'll be okay because you still gonna make money whether you got that title or not.
Penta's Penta. Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Lee,
But
we
what
we
if
we
Penta
have a
takes
Penta.
that IC title to Triple Mania?
No, no, no.
Ah, shoot.
Follow my bounce ball. I don't think
Okay,
he
all right.
needs to
I don't think so
because
either,
I
but
think
I'm just saying.
yeah, I think the bigger money for Triple Mania is him and Ray Phoenix back together with those
Mm.
tag
Yeah,
titles.
because they have not. I've noticed that like they'll show up, but they'll be fully suited with mask on. I was like, and they were staples in AAA. But I'm like the fact that they're
They were
not
supposed to wrestle
wrestling.
at one time, yeah.
Yeah, remember he
Yeah,
got hurt. So when they show
Yeah.
up the first time to
right,
wrestle, I think just there, like brother guy said, just them being there together is going to be a big deal.
right. And especially if you can put them into a title match and give them the titles, not give them the title, but you get what I'm saying. Because Rey Mysterio, he's perfectly fine. JD McDonough, you'll be fine too. Dragon Lee, you're gonna play your role because Dragon Lee plays his role while he knows where he fits. And now since he's doing the style clash, he's perfectly fine. You notice that? You notice that? He's been winning with the style clash.
I see what he did there.
Yeah. Rhea and Jade got mixed feelings about this because as much as I want what Brother Huda said, Jade the one clean, we know she's not. But it's got to be a reason. If you pay attention, Triple H tells these weird stories, right? I don't know. Did anybody notice that Rhea Ripley replaced Jade Cargill in those commercials?
Hmm. I did not notice.
What commercial are you talking about?
It was either the Slim Jim or the Cricket, one of the two. She no, the Minute Maid,
I was
the
about to say I don't remember
juice.
Jade in no commercials at all.
He was in there with Jade, Cody, and Jay. And
No.
now Rhea Ripley is in the Minute Maid commercials. I think they do things on purpose to plant seeds that we subconsciously don't pay attention to. But also, have you
I
noticed a lot
saw
of
Rhea
things being
Ripley on the
resurfaced
Minute
about
Maid box at the grocery store. Or the
right?
Minute Maid juice.
But if you notice, they've really been treating Jade like she's bigger than life more than Rhea Ripley is.
Sure.
That's why I'm a little nervous about that. And plus, yet again, put your money where your mouth is, Triple H. Now, as far as Dominic and Finn, either way, I'm going to be happy whoever wins because you got the Triple H champion versus the Demon, which I think is that story. Finn comes away with a win. Triple Mania, that might be your main event for the title.
I can see
No, no,
that.
I'm sorry. No, which call already has a title shot, right?
Who?
For Triple Mania. Doesn't
Americana.
what did Marcano? He already got the title match, right?
Think
I
so.
want, yeah, but I felt like they was going to do Americano versus Americano at Triple
See,
Mania.
that's why I gotta watch it. But
Mass
I'm
versus
just saying,
mass.
Yep.
when he wins, if Finn Balor wins, they could take that over to Mexico and do that for the title too. I think this is a proving ground to say, can we do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the main event, which, like I said, I think there's more to this story than we actually know because they have been pushing the fact that Roman Reigns, this is his 11th WrestleMania main event. Like Brother Hugh said, now this night two for CM Punk. He's truly a main eventer. Like I'm not taking away from night one or night two of WrestleMania because they're both main events of that show. But the last thing you remember is who's holding that title at the end of night two. You almost forget what happened on night one because night two could really
Hmm.
be the thing that encapsulate and be the last thing that you see and the most things that celebrate. Because imagine CM Punk wins and still t-shirts, Roman
Hmm.
Reigns and new t-shirts. That's going to be the thing that's going to be the most impactful to people. What's going to make the headlines on Monday morning? Is it what happened on Sunday night or Saturday night? Probably what happened on Sunday. So that's where I'm a little thing I'm nervous about. It's something else about to happen. Yes, Street Fighter comes out in August, but when does he go on the road for this? Yeah, he's a part timer, but I said it and Hugh disagree with me. CM Punk might need to take a break. He been going
That is
nonstop
true though.
since he won that
He
title.
That man been
He
gone for
must,
10 years. He don't need to take no daggone break.
well
he's
also
what is
that
his own
too. Ain't no spring chick.
well,
I say both
and
sides.
imagine him being gone and Raw will be, and this is why I say about Javon Evans. If Roman is missing 1 week, you got Liv Morgan as your world champion, Javon Evans as your Intercontinental champion. You got what you call it as your tag team champions, right? You got three different people, and plus, who else do you still have on Raw that you haven't told a story about that could carry
Hold
a
on,
main event?
take me there. Take me there. Who you
Who you
talking
thinking?
about? Take me there.
Who you thinking?
No, 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 no. Take
Come
me
on with
there.
it.
Go ahead. Say it.
No, I wanted to hear what you say because this is what I'm
No,
thinking.
I was going to piggyback off of something completely different.
Okay,
What you said earlier, but go
you
ahead.
still got
Say
the
it.
women's tag team division that you can heat back up, and that could still carry it.
See, you didn't
Think
take me
about it.
there. You didn't
No,
take
I
me
didn't
there.
take it.
You feel
I
me.
didn't take it. Hey,
But
it's fine.
okay. All right. You good.
But
We
with
weren't saying
that,
that about.
because you still got Oscar and EO, you still got the Kabuki Warriors ready to implode. I mean, implode. But the women's tag match is not listed on either one. And remember, at one point, we were more caring about the women's tag team titles than anything else that was happening in wrestling. So whether you got Punk taking a break or Roman not there, you got enough to carry Netflix. So when he comes back, it's a massive event, whether it be CM Punk or what you call it, So who else was I supposed to take you there to?
Look, this might be overbooking, but let me tell you something. What happened on Friday, right? I was in my kitchen. I was warming up some tea, some milk thistle tea. It's good for the liver, the body. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have
Mm-hmm.
your pinky up when
Milk,
you drunk it?
Yeah,
milk,
Your
yeah,
pinky
yeah,
up? Okay.
milk does your body good. Milk officially does your body good, even
yeah.
better.
100%, 100%. With that being said, I could not hear anything that was happening on the TV at that point in time because I think somebody was on the phone or something. Something was going on, but I couldn't hear what was going on the TV. No, it wasn't SmackDown. I'm sorry, it was Raw. But Oba was speaking. Oba was cutting a promo. Mind you, I didn't hear anything he said. I looked at the screen and just watched him, watched his mannerisms, and I was just like, bro, he is saying some important stuff right now. Like what? I still haven't listened to it, but my homeboy
You
told
knew it
me.
was somebody.
My homeboy told me that. Look, he's it. Everybody I talk to about wrestling saying like, "Yo, Oba's nice. He promo skills, this, that, whatever, whatever." So with that being said, I say forget all of that. Find a way to put Oba over and give him the WAC title at
So,
WrestleMania.
so
That's
I
how
was
we.
gonna
That's how
say
we
that.
change
You know, I was
things
gonna
up.
say no. I was gonna say Roman gets it and loses it the next night. You talking
Okay.
about a Monday after Mania? You
Okay.
talking about a
You can do
Monday?
that.
You think about it. He made his promise. He the world champion, and Monday it's official. And I'm just saying, he
Hey,
get
we can
curb
do it.
stomped
But
by Seth. Look, he gets curb stomped by Seth and overtakes it
either
on
way, get
Braun
that man the
Breaker.
title after Lesnar. Because I don't. I mean, what else? What else can he do right now? You know what I'm saying? After Lesnar, you gotta skyrocket him straight to the World Heavyweight Championship. You know what I mean? The title
Look at
See,
scene,
realness.
major
Look at
title
realness.
scene.
Realness thinking about it. He like, wait a minute now. Hold on.
no, he's
Hold
got
on.
to. Everybody's saying it. Everybody's like, look, don't waste any time. This is like, and I think that's why Brock Lesnar kind of likes him. I think
Hundred
Brock
percent.
Lesnar sees a lot of himself in Obafemi,
Yeah.
but Oba also has because of the world he has come from, he has a level of respect for the industry where he knows like, hey, look, I'm not walking in here like because the business is different, the culture is different. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not the same culture that Brock Lesnar kind of walked into and kind of got overwhelmed with. So no, yeah, I just yeah. There's so the one thing about the many criticisms about Triple H when stuff doesn't stick, but the one thing that he does well, in my opinion, is he keeps stuff open ended. It's not as predictable. It's not as
Exactly.
cut and dry. Like, oh, okay, cool. You can see where certain things happen. It's like, all right, we already know where this is going.
And I'm okay
But
with it.
yeah, but in this segment, in this era of WWE, I'm noticing like, okay, yeah, it's not as easy to kind of pinpoint what happens next is because he gives you options, which makes sense because think about it. Somebody gets hurt, somebody has to leave, somebody gets pregnant. You never know. But
And also, you have to book it that way because look, what's their major tool right now? Major resource, social media.
yeah,
You
pretty
know what I'm
much.
saying? Like you leave it
Yeah.
open ended, and you got people talking about, oh, well, like Randy Orton. Oh, he's talking to his pops. He's talking to The Rock. He's talking to this. He's talking to
He
himself.
turned the
Right.
flare.
You know
He
what I'm
Right.
saying?
turned
You
the
got people just talking about that situation. They have no idea what's going to happen. Be it
Bingo.
Pat McAfee. You see what I'm saying? But you still have those conversations. So
Yep.
it's perfect that he's doing that now with social media being as influential as it is.
Yeah. Once Cody and Kevin Owens got into it on that bus, they've been running with it ever since. And like I said, like you said, it keeps it open ended because it gives you options just in case something doesn't go right or it's not all the way figured out.
Mm-hmm.
You have a chance to be like, okay, cool, we can go in this direction or we can go in this direction versus, all right, well, this isn't going to work now. So everybody got hurt, like Division. Um, so yeah, man, it's just we could go on for days about WrestleMania. Um, I'm exhausted. It's been a while. Uh, yeah, like it's
Yeah.
we're we're at the end of it. Like we're finally here. That's what I kept putting on social media all week. Oh, not all week, but as I was advertising, I said, man, we're finally here.
Right.
WrestleMania has never been this late. Two
I'm
two
exhausted.
nights. So it's come to this, fellas. Like it's come to these two cards, and it looks good on paper. But is it going to be great? Is it going to hold its place in the history of WrestleMania? We are going to find out this weekend. There's so much going on in the world of professional wrestling, especially during WrestleMania week. But man, at this point, what else is there for us to figure out? Either this is going to be really, really great, or it's going to be okay at best because of the talent that's involved. So even at worst, it's going to be okay. Is it going to be memorable? Is it going to last a lifetime? Is it going to hold its place in the Hall of Fame of WrestleMania lore? TBD. We are soon to find out. But I know one thing: as a wrestling fan, I am looking forward to it. It's long overdue for me. It's usually on my birthday weekend, and I missed out on it. But I'm here. I'm here to make an adjustment, and I think we're in for an interesting ride. I don't know if it's too soon to say, but
it's a good card. It's a good card.
That's what like when you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, overall, it's a good card because, like Dwayne said, think about everything that's happened. That's the best we can possibly do at this time, and still carry these stories along.
And then we get another night.
So
we still get another night. It's like, okay,
so
all right.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. It's wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I say that a lot, but it's wrestling.
So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. I said it's probably going to be even more fun for the people that are there who get a chance to experience it live and in person and just really get to take in WrestleMania as it should be taken in as a live event, a spectacle that changes the game. And man, it's been a long road, but it's okay. We are finally here. I think we've done it justice. I think we've been fair in our critiques, and we've kind of brought some things to the forefront. We've addressed some things that most fans have, either felt or seen or witnessed, or you know what I mean, when it comes to the reception of what we have been given. But now the fun part is here. Now we get to just watch it. Let's see what the performers do best. Let's see them perform, do what they do, and let's see if they can give us and make this WrestleMania that much more memorable, and see if it holds its place. See if it stands out to be one of those WrestleManias that we talk about for years to come. Even though a man Shinsuke should be somehow involved, but it's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of WrestleMania, did y'all watch the Shawn Michaels documentary?
Not yet.
Me neither.
I didn't realize it was the 13th. I saw the pictures of him posing with his kids, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I got to go back and watch that." So that's enough. Like I told Brother Guy earlier in the show, I didn't catch up on none of the media appearances because they have been everywhere.
100%.
But I plan on doing that. I plan on doing it between today and tomorrow. As far as just catching up on all that stuff, just to kind of, like I said, just get my mind into WrestleMania mode. Like I said, it's later than usual, but it's okay. I can adjust. But in the meantime, like I said, follow us on all of our social media platforms at The Wrestling Realm. Subscribe to our Patreon, our Twitch, YouTube channel at The Wrestling Realm. Follow Championship Culture on Instagram at Championship Culture _. Don't forget to watch all 4 seasons of Championship Culture, including all the specials on youtube.com/Wrestling Realm playlist. Championship Culture, fellas. We got any last words about WrestleMania before we get out of here? This is it, fellas. And by the next time we come back, so much would have happened. We're going to have all the answers. We're going to have all the fallouts, and it's going to set the tone for our new pro wrestling season. But until then, do we have any last words as we close out this year's wrestling season?
I just want to see what surprises we get, to be honest, literally.
Hopefully Kevin Owens comes back on Monday.
Hey, man. Yes.
Listen, that's what I was going to say. I'm just excited about the Raw after Mania because I think that's going to be the end of the Mania, and the Raw after Mania is going to set the tone. It's going to be the shakeup of the industry.
Okay. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Wrestling Realm, we've called it first. We've given our predictions. We've given our 2 cents. We've breaking every possible scenario down. Now, only thing left for us to do is to enjoy it. In the meantime, enjoy this WrestleMania season. I'm going to say it for the 10th time. We are finally here. It's actually upon us. And do your best to enjoy it. Don't fight it. Don't be so critical. Just look at it with a basic eye and just try to enjoy it as a wrestling fan should. And until then, I guess that's it for us. You'll see us after WrestleMania. We'll be talking about the fallout, all the things that have probably transpired and things popped up, and hopefully a few surprises till then. But until that point, wrestling fans, as usual, stay wrestling fans, all that good jazz. And we out of here. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem.
For all exclusive shows and bonus material, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/thewrestling_realm. can watch all of our Wrestling Realm content anytime on youtube.com/The Wrestling Realm.